Hey, what is up, guys? Mike here with Freedom to Roam Travel. Tonight I'm going to bring you a video that talks about the daily schedule that you get when you go on a cruise. On Carnival, it's called the Fun Times. So I'm going to go over the Fun Times that I received each day, all when I was on my 4-night cruise on the Carnival Liberty. So hope you enjoy it. Check it out. Leave some comments if you'd like, and make sure you subscribe. So let's jump right in. So this is a little closer look at the Carnival Fun Times. So here, of course, welcome aboard. This is the very first one of the week. Sunrise, sunset, the date, the tire for dinner. Then you're going to get down here on the first page, and it talks about the top entertainment. These are the things that, the majority of people are going to go check out. I'm going to point out a few of the things that I went to go see and that I recommend. Of course, the Caribbean Sail Away Party is always fun. You have the karaoke. Did not do that. The Welcome Aboard show was a lot of fun. Usually the cruise director has some kind of game he plays, as well as they do what they did a piece of what Playlist Productions does, which is their show group. So it's a lot of fun to check out. Rock the Promenade. There's always just music and everything going on in Deck 5 in the Promenade. Punchliner Comedy Club. Did not go to the comedy club this time, but typically they have 2 or 3 shows, and this will show you what the times are for that. When you open it up, you're going to get into the highlights of the food. They talk about the steakhouse, they talk about the seafood shack, all of that. Then you get down to the drinks. Of course, they want to talk about the Cheers package as well as the bottomless bubbles. Both of those packages are cheaper if you purchase them before you go. Consider doing that. I can help you out with that process, but that's going to save you some money. If you're going to do those packages, do them ahead of time. Also, go back up to the steakhouse for a second. Little secret about the steakhouse is if you go the first night, you do get a free bottle of wine. So, might be worth it for you. Go check it out. Then you have your short excursions. It's going to give you the desk, the short excursion desk, and what the hours are. Those do vary depending on the port of call and what you're doing. So, you'll want to check that before you walk down there to go to the desk. Behind the fun tour. Did this, and it was awesome. It is something they offer on Sea Day, and it's only one time during the cruise. And if you want to book it, you got to book it when you get on board. So definitely try this out if you want to do it. This was $55 per person to do this tour, but it does vary by ship. It's fun out there. Not sure what that is. Didn't really look at that. The spa. Now, what this is going to be is talking about the spa tours, talking about the raffle. They always do this on the first day. So something you want to look at. Go check out the spa. Go see what the services are. See what's available. See what kind of things you can do. It's great for men or women. Great services. Get a massage. Get your hair did. Whatever. Go check it out. You can get onto this section, and you're going to see the music. So all the different areas of the ship that have music, this is where you're going to find the time. So if there's a particular band that you really enjoyed throughout the cruise, you'll know where they're playing. Lido Deck, a lot of people want to know when they're going to have the Calypso music, when they're going to have a DJ and all that. So this is going to give you that information. The Casino Bar talks about the different bands when they play there. Typically that one is one that you're going to see at night. You're not usually going to see anything there during the day. It's just not crowded enough for them to have any music. But they'll have piped in music, coming through. Then the Piano Bar, of course that's, the sing-along. The Hot and Cold Nightclub. Now this is going to be, of course, where, the late night stuff. Looks like it opens up at 10. And that runs until late at night. Okay, then you have the movies. So the dive-in movies are great. This is so much fun to go sit by the pool, have a little bag of popcorn and a drink, and just check out whatever movie they're showing. And they usually have them, they vary. They'll have a comedy night, they'll have a family night, they'll have an adventure night. They have a date night, so that based on the type of movies they're showing, they'll have different themes for each night. So go check those out. This will give you the times. Not all the ships have the screens. The majority of ships do, and make sure that I'll make sure I let you know whenever we talk about that. And the casino, of course, this talks about the different things going on in the casino, when the casino's open. Of course, they don't open until you get out to sea, and they're not typically open while you're in port. Okay. Then when we get into the shopping, now the same thing with the shops. They're only open when you're at sea. They're typically not open when you're in port. So you're going to find the hours they're running, usually until around 10 or 11 o'clock at night, depending on which one you're going to. Cherry on top, little candy shop, which is really nice. And then, of course, the different things going on, like the liquor sale, the photos. Pixels is going to be your photo shop. They still print them out on this ship, but just to kind of give you information, the Vista as well as the Horizon both have the digital. So you look at your pictures on a screen opposed to them printing them out. So I really like that, and I hope they extend that out throughout the fleet soon. And then what's going on with the kids and teens. Camp Ocean, it talks about you can go and do a tour, check it out, as well as it's open when it's open for the kids. And then this next section, this is going to give you, of course, the names of the captain, the chief engineer, cruise director, all of that. Then it's going to give you the itinerary, and this gives you the day, the entire day. This tells you what's going on. Of course, this starts one thing in the morning, and that's because this is embarkation day. But what's going on throughout the day? The Alchemy Bar Martini tasting, the trivia, all of that. So this is a kind of a cool thing to go and just go ahead and start highlighting. And as I mentioned in the intro to this, they do have the app, and so you can use the app and you can use this. Some people like to use both. I do. I use the app and I use the printed. The food. Got to talk about the food. Obviously, this is going to show you what the hours are for each of the dining venues. You'll see the majority of them are open when you get on board. The sea looks like Guy's Burgers closes up at 3 and then opens back up at 4. That's what I was looking at. That happens because of the fact that you have muster. So you'll see them open for a certain amount of time on embarkation, and they'll close, and then they might reopen depending on the venue. Of course, talks about dinner. This, of course, have early dining. It'll tell you which restaurant you are and which deck you are, because remember, a lot of the ships, the dining rooms are 2 levels, so you'll want to pay attention to that. But it's also on your card. It'll tell you on your sell and sign card which one you're going to. Now, I did your time dining, so you get to go anytime between 5:45 and 9:30, so that works out really well. I liked the your time dining, but that's up to you. You may want to. We can talk about what the differences are, and figure out which one's going to be best for you. Hungry for more? Who isn't? Pizza. You can always get pizza there. That's really good 24 hours a day. The soft serve ice cream is available 24 hours a day. They usually just have 1 or 2 machines late at night, but it's available. The deli is open till 11 o'clock, which is really nice because, if you want just a sandwich, you want to grab that, at 10 o'clock at night, you can go and grab that. Then, of course, you have Pizza Plus. So they have some additional items available between 11 and 1. They were doing some late night eats. They did that for about, I think, they must have only done it for about 6 months, and it just wasn't very popular, so they took that away. Drinks. This is going to be the bars, which bars are open, what time they're open, and where they're located. So the big thing is where they're located, especially on the first day. The pools, which ones are open, where they're located, what times. The majority of them are open till 11 or 12 o'clock at night. So that's really nice, unless they're having to do some cleaning or some maintenance, then they'll close. But they'll, you'll see that when you get out there. Then you got the pools, the sports and games. And now this is the basketball, this is the miniature golf, and this is going to show you what the times are. Some of them are limited, like the mini golf. On this ship, it's limited. On the Vista, it was 24 hours. So it just depends on the location of it. This is way up by the funnel on the Liberty and this Conquest class ship. So that may be why they limit the time. Because they do close the basketball court as well, and you have to go through the basketball court to get to the mini golf. So that's the very first one. So I took my time through that one, but I'm not going to do that with the rest of them. The rest of them I'm going to just skim through here and show you some of the things that I did. Well, on this one. Now this is your fun day at sea. So obviously there's a lot of stuff going on in the fun day at sea, and so it's going to talk about of course, the first page, all the different the top entertainment and stuff that's going on. The military appreciation they always do on a sea day. That if you're military, go attend that. You deserve it. Go see it. Go check it out. The captain's toast did that. That was a lot of fun. You get to kind of mix and mingle a little bit with the captain as well as the officers, engineer, the doctor, all that. Motown Music Trivia Party. They do the trivia parties on Carnival, and they're really a lot of fun. They have they play the different songs from that era, whether it be Motown, whether it be 80s, whatever it may be. They do a lot of sing-alongs, and you'll see people, the lobby will be loaded with people, and then the decks going up above will be loaded. Get there early if you want a spot. Then Punchline Night Comedy Club, again, what the hours are for that. And then you're going to get into the food, of course, talking about the steakhouse, the drinks, the special of the day. A little secret about the special of the day. Well, not really a secret, but whenever you're going to buy that drink of the day, save some money. If you don't want the souvenir cup, you don't have to get the souvenir cup. You could just buy it in a regular cup. Then, of course, some specials that are going on. The short excursions, I said they put a couple there. The Atlantis tour. If there's some things that they're trying to really push, trying to get people on, those will show up there. The spa, some of the things going on in the spa, what the hours are, as well as for the fitness center. Again, the music, that's kind of self-explanatory, all the different bands going on. I'll tell you that I really liked... what was the name of the band? It was there was a really good band on there. I'll have to look to see which one it was, but they were really good, and I really enjoyed them. They played with the Playlist Productions group on the last night. The dive-in movie, as you can see, you actually have a midnight movie for this one. We did try to go watch Deadpool 2, but it rained, so that's the only drawback, is that does happen sometimes, but very rare. But they have Blockbuster night, so they actually had 3 movies that night, so that does, you can do that. So plan ahead. That's where that my time, or your time dining comes in handy. The casino, of course, things that are going on, the slots power hour, the blackjack, all that. The shopping, talks about the stores. Of course, specials going on. Invicta, that's a big thing on Carnival, is the Invicta watches. And, of course, it's this was Elegant Night, so they were doing the portraits, and they'll do those all over the ship. Of course, the food, excuse me, not the food. This is going to be what's happening. So you can see this one starts in the morning. So this is going to talk about the different places that are going, different things going on, under construction, clearance. They were doing some construction on some of the shops, so they had a lot of clearance stuff they're trying to clear out. In the afternoon, it's Sea Day. So, of course, you have to have the Harry Chess Contest. You've got to have Groove for St. Jude. Groove for St. Jude is incredible. They raised $700 that day in less than probably an hour. You purchase a T-shirt, and then they have some music playing, and they have dances, different dances going on. It's a lot of fun. And they really have a great partnership with St. Jude, so check that out. Basketball tournament, they have just all kinds of things going on, the trivia. And of course, in the evening, there's the captain's toast. the Motown music, all that. So that gives you more, not necessarily more detail, but it's going to give you the full schedule there. And then, of course, the food. This can change, but it stays pretty consistent throughout the cruise. So this doesn't necessarily change, but if you are specifically going to something, you may want to take a look at it real quick just to make sure. The pools can change time sometimes, and then the sports and games. So that's Sea Day, and then we'll run through Nassau. So this was the day at Nassau. Hasbro, Cranium, and Yahtzee, they play different board games throughout the cruise. Didn't get a chance to do that this time. Hasbro, the game show. This is actually a lot of fun. If you want to participate, just make sure you're down in the lower level. But they actually play a couple of the Hasbro games. I guess there's an actual show. I didn't realize this existed, but there's an actual show where they play these games. They played Yahtzee, bowling, and I can't remember what the other one was, but they did play a couple of different games, and you have the chance to participate. We'll have a mirrored show. That is an adult show with a capital ADULT. So that's something you don't want to take the kids to, and they will watch out for that. The deck party. They do these on all the cruises. They have a big deck party outside. All the music and of course the fun squads out there. They do a lot of that. They do that throughout at least once during the cruise. Then Serenity Night, that's up on Serenity Deck. That's adults only. So all the adults head up to Serenity Deck, and they have music, and the bar is open, and that can be a lot of fun for the adults if you want to check that out. And then they'll do a little bit with the kids while you go up there. Then they have, of course, the steakhouse, all that. Sushi at Sea. Welcome back happy hour, so when everybody's getting back on the ship. They've got the shore excursions for Freeport there, stuff going on in the spa, and a lot of this stuff, of course this is the bands change, so if you want to see a particular band, you want a specific kind of music, you'll want to check that out. The movies, of course, it was a Port Day matinee where they were showing Jumanji during the day. So people that were staying on the ship, it was a good chance to hang out on deck and watch a movie. And believe it or not, the screen does show very well during the day. Then, of course, there's Action and Adventure Night. So they were showing Rampage that night. And then Casino. And again, the rest of the stuff, the shopping, these events change. Thomas Kincaid exhibition and sale. Guess the cost. Guess the carat weight competition. They had a guess the cost for paintings as well. Inch of gold sale, and then of course night owls. This is something that they do on the night of the deck party. What they'll do is they'll have a time where everybody can, the kids can go and do their thing in the kids program while the adults go up to Serenity and hang out. Now this has some information about Nassau, the guests back on board. Of course, Carnival stays on ship time, so whatever port you leave from, that's the time that it is. So make sure you pay attention to that information. A lot of times people will take this card and they'll think it's perforated, pull that off, and take it with them so they have that reminder. Because it also has your port emergency contact information. They do that for each port day. Then, of course, all the things going on. You'll see that it's limited on a port day. There's not as much going on. But if you're not getting off the ship, it's something. It's a good day to check out some things and have some fun. You'll see, of course, breakfast. They do offer a breakfast in the dining room on port days. And I forgot to mention the Sea Day brunch they do on Sea Days. I did the Port Day brunch in Freeport, and it was really good. Lunch, dinner, of course, the Hungry for More, the drinks, and all that. So that's that. And then the last one is Freeport. Of course, that was Wednesday. It's going to have, of course, some of the stuff going on throughout the day. Playlist Productions, America Rocks. Did go check that out. Went to the late one. They do the pre-show and then they have the regular show. Well worth the time. The production show is so good. And then they had a music trivia party between the two showings, and that I didn't get a chance to do that because we went to the pre-show before everybody poured into the lounge. The food, talk about the steakhouse, of course, green eggs and ham, which they do that on that, usually the last day, they'll do green eggs and ham. And that's, of course, Dr. Seuss. The drink specials going on, things going on in the Alchemy Bar. It starts to get into the airport transportation for you, your spa, last chance for the spa, the music, of course, movies, what's going on in the casino, the shopping. They always do the t-shirts, usually 2 for $20. It looks like this was 3 for $28 on this one. So they always do that. And they're nice t-shirts. I've got a couple of them. And, of course, the kids and teens. And then when you get over here, of course, that little card you want to take with you when you go on port. And then what's going on. And then the food. Okay. Now, one thing I will point out, should be on here. Now, they don't talk about it on here, but it is something you want to do. Typically, the last day is a C day. If it is a C day, they will have a live broadcast in the show lounge of debarkation. It doesn't look like, they didn't do it on this one, but they had it available on the TV. If you're a first-time cruiser, you've never been on a cruise, something you want to go check out. Alright? So I hope that was not extremely boring. I hope that was helpful, something that you really enjoyed looking at. And again, go back and watch it, pause it, or whatever. If you have questions or anything, let me know. And comment below and let me know what activities are your favorite to do when you're on board. Whether it be a sea day or if it's a sea day or even a port day. What's your favorite thing to do? So I thank you again for watching, and you guys have